There we go.
Oh, gosh, dang
Hold
it.
on, it's not quite there yet, I don't think.
That's okay. I gotta get this set up anyway. Takes a second. My next laptop's gonna have to be a touch screen because I always go to touch it because I'm so used to the iPad. I'm like, why isn't this working? Oh, we're live.
Oh, you're on your computer that's not touchscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, day 20 of 21 days of speaking our want. So, do you want to go first, Justin, or do you want me to go first?
Um, I want better. I want a more refined ability to discern. I know that's kind of a weird want, but
That's okay.
I want a clear path and a clear decision. That's what I want.
How can we do that?
We're doing it.
Okay. I just thought it might be nice to kind of discuss it a little bit. So people, it might be useful for others,
Yeah,
but we don't
because
have to if you don't want to.
no. It's hard because like, look, I've spent, we don't have to go into it, but I've spent a long time on one path and building one path, and then coming to the realization that like, you know, it's not what I actually want to focus on, but I'm one of these people that wants to see something to completion. And part of me feels like, yeah, I know.
I don't know what happened.
What?
Sorry. Oh gosh.
What happened?
Go away. It keeps I keep bumping something, trying to get my cursor out of the way, and it's popping up another screen. Sorry, people.
Whoops.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Um, no, it's just you're on a certain path, and then you put a lot of work and energy into something, and then you realize that like, well, you don't really want, that's not exactly what you want, but I'm one of these people that wants to see something through to completion and to see it become something successful. But the reality is if you're not passionate about it, if you're not all in on it, then it's not going to be, because people aren't going to care as much as you, and you're not going to put the energy you need to put into it. And so you do have to be honest with yourself. But when I talk about discernment is knowing when to make that decision, just knowing when to make that decision and go the different direction, right? And sometimes it's not easy. It's not clear when to do it, when how to do it, especially when you have other people, you know, that may be a part of something that you're doing that are depending on you in some capacity. But it's just one of those things you have to like shit or get off the pot kind of a thing. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm. And the cool thing is that that I know is true in my heart is that the thing that you wanted to complete will, if you focus on a new thing or a new path that you're actually interested in and passionate about, that the other thing will find its way back into what you're doing, or it will seem less and less impactful, if you will. I don't know, or less and less important. And anyway, so it's just one of those things. I know I'm kind of being cryptic, but it's like you just, if anybody who's watching this is on a path and who is coming to a realization that this isn't what they want, and they're not finding joy in it, and in fact it's maybe more of a burden than anything else, then you really maybe you need someone to show you that. Maybe you need someone to help you look in the mirror and make a decision, but you should really get truthful with yourself and honest with yourself about doing what you're doing. Like our friend Mac had a really good, I'm always going to quote him on this, but he said, in this game, you have to be honest with yourself at all levels of this game. And if you're not good at something, you need to find someone who is and partner with them or work with them. And you'll eventually get better at that thing, but you have to be honest with yourself about what your strengths are and where you're weak, right? Everybody wants to be the closer, everybody wants to be the visionary, but if that's not who you are, if that's not what you're good at, like you need to be honest with yourself about it and find someone who is to work with. I always like, do you when you ask people like, are you a visionary? Do you think you're more of a visionary or an integrator? Everybody says the same shit. Well, I'm kind of both. It's like, no, you're not. Maybe you are, but how rare is that? Like
I'm
usually you're not. Usually you fall on one side or the other more.
neither according to the test, so.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
mean,
just saying, if we're going by the,
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, sometimes
technically,
you're neither.
but I would say that I have some visionary things, yes.
Yeah.
And I do have some integrated things.
Mhm.
It just depends on what it is.
Everybody has a little bit, right?
But
But
what do you mostly like?
yeah, what do you gravitate towards, right?
Yeah. So,
And that's what you are. And actually, it's not what you are. And in fact, I don't like putting people in two boxes like that because nobody is one thing or another thing. We're many things. But it really comes down to what you really get energy and joy from, what you actually gravitate towards is what you should focus your energy on, right?
yeah.
That's not to say you can't get better at other things and learn other things and get better at those things, but when it comes to business and moving the needle forward, it's like shit, you need to again be honest with yourself and focus on what it is that you are actually good at. So
And sometimes it takes a little bit to find out where you fit best in certain parts. And that's okay too. Like business is new to many people. It's very new to me. I mean, I had a few little like businesses selling things, like MLM or whatever it is, but that's most of the work's done for you, you know? It's not, it's just managing people at that point. People I can do for the most part. I do have my moments that it does not work. Yes. So not everyone's gonna mesh well. Sometimes it happens, right? So
it is like I work on a team in my W-2 and I've worked on many teams and this is the first team that like we actually have a really good cohesion. And I've done this for a long time and that's how rare the shit is. To have from management down the entire team be like in this synergistic like really good cohesion situation is super rare.
yeah, I agree. So
But it does start with leadership. So,
I
and
agree.
accountability.
I agree. Yeah, more. Or you done?
That's it for now. Just discernment. Just give me, yeah, better. I don't want to, it's not focus, but better decision implementation, I guess.
we'll work on things together.
Mhm. Yes, we will.
All right, weird noise coming from my child in the back. Um, yeah, mine is, well, one thing that um I've wanted and I put kind of, I guess, on the back burner for a long time. Um, but have been bringing it up a little bit here. I want to see more people, more communities, right? Like I always thought that I would be able to buy some land and have all my children live on the land with me, separately, obviously. Like the joke was I was going to buy land big enough where we're spread far apart, my family. Um, I would have my main house, but I wanted something like that. And then like um an outdoor kitchen area where we can dine together as a family and have friends and entertain and stuff like that. And meeting other people in the community and they're doing like co-living type of things and stuff like that. And I just thought, wouldn't it be awesome to build these small, like co-living type communities of people that are willing to live as family, right? Like maybe you got someone who is an elderly person who doesn't have much family and wants to spend time taking care of children. And then maybe you have a single parent who needs someone to take care of their children, right? And then you guys are equally helping each other out there, right? And there's other ways to do things as a community. Maybe you have a community garden and you could be a little more self-sufficient instead of relying on grocery stores and shopping the garbage aisles, I call them.
Mhm.
Um,
A good
think,
name for them.
huh?
It's a good name for them.
Yeah, we won't go down that road though. Not today. I can go on and on about all that. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, something like that, building communities, bringing people closer together to be more supportive for each other. I think that's something that would benefit a lot of people, right? Um, because many times parents don't have sitters or elderly don't have family to check on them, get them out of the house. Sometimes you need that friend or neighbor or whoever to help you maybe get out of the house and get some exercise and fresh air or maybe you could invite somebody over for a meal, right? Because like a lot of people who are cooking for just one person or even just two people, they find it difficult sometimes. But if you're cooking for a family, what's a couple more people? I know I used to do it. I used to cook for an army, and I would hope that people would come help eat it, right? Like my nieces and nephew, and at one point in time, my sister too would call me up. What are you making tonight? My nephew called me one time. What are you making for dinner tonight? I'm like, I don't know. What do you want? And I'm like, why? And he's like, oh, my grandma's cooking. I'm like, oh, isn't that good? And I'm like, well, you can always come over for dinner. You know I make extra, so I don't do that now so much. So maybe one day again, who knows? But right now, I'm not really into that. Um, I'd rather be invited to dinner.
There you go.
Anyone? Local friends, family, neighbors. Just dropping that out there. Um, so that's something I'd like to do. Yeah, I want to do. Bring communities together. So, um, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to the other one today. Not with no sleep. Um, I'm already emotional.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and that
thought you had a big, I thought you had a list of wants that
I
you.
do, but I don't know if I can get through it
Okay.
because of being emotional, no sleep and all. Um, yeah, I'll have to do that maybe tomorrow, the rest of it.
We'll save it for the last day then, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I like that. Save,
Mm,
and I'll come up with, uh, maybe we should recap our wants on the last day, huh? I don't know.
maybe if we can.
Mhm.
I mean, we'd have to go back and kind of like see what we said,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
and whatnot.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would like to share this other part maybe tomorrow on the last day. That's
Okay.
there once. I was hoping I can do it today, but I don't think I can. And yeah, other than that, I want to continue to grow and build this business and yeah, just work on being a better version of myself each day
I like that. Me too.
and continue to encourage people to do the same.
Yeah. And I want to continue to surround myself with like-minded people who are on the same trajectory, who are, have big dreams, have big visions, and know more than us.
Yeah, that helps. Uh,
Yeah, if you're always the smartest person in the room, you're doing something wrong.
I agree.
If
All
you're
right,
always the one
gotta
that
get
knows the
another
most in the
rooms.
room, yeah. What's that?
I said I gotta get another rooms.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
I don't believe I'm smarter than you.
No, well, it's not even about that. It's
No, it's not. Yeah.
where what the vision is and the people that are already there.
Yeah,
Right.
true. It's not about being smarter or something like that, or even better. It's they've already done it and
Yeah,
proved it. And
that's probably a better way to put it. Not if you're always in the room with the people that are not where you want to be, then you need to get into different rooms.
right, I think we discussed this before on one of our lives that you should always look to have people that are like of lower understanding than you and higher understanding, and you're in the middle, but you're in the middle to pull this person up,
Yeah.
and they're here to pull you up. And then it continues. This person pulls the next person, So essentially, we're all one way or another part of the equation, pulling each other up
Yeah.
and showing up with each other, right? So again, emotional. My double Dutch sister, when they showed up, I said, "Thank you for showing up for me." She said, "We showed up with you."
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. And you know, be grateful for that and you're gonna pay it forward. So don't worry about that. You know,
Yeah,
that's really
but
good.
that really spoke to me. instead of showing up for somebody, showing up with somebody.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And that's the right way to, that's powerful though, right? I mean, that's the right way to think of it. You are yeah, of course you're showing up to help someone or to be with someone and but you're doing it because you're truly empathetic, right? Or you've been there, right? So you know, and so
Not
you really can't,
necessarily, but you can still be there, you know,
yeah. Even if
with
you haven't gone through it, but you being truly empathetic is not just understanding and not sympathizing with someone. Being empathetic is actually putting yourself in someone's shoes, like legitimately putting yourself in someone's shoes. But being there with you is the implication is like there's no expectation of payback. There's no expectation of, we're doing this because we feel sorry for you, right? We're doing this because we're with you in this. And yeah, it's a big deal. It's hard to find that. So I'm glad you found that. I'm very glad. So,
me too.
well, I think that's a good place to end it. I just, you know, keep thinking and keep focusing on what your vision and what your big want is, your big outcome. And don't, don't,
We're not supposed to be the
yeah, I shouldn't say don't. Stay on the course. Practice it every day. Visualize it every day until it's so real that you can touch it, taste it, smell it, and that will be the force that helps guide you and help you through the difficult situations. So,
Absolutely.
all right. Well, should we end it? I think we should end it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.